Morning, everybody. I'm realizing now that this is the first time I've really filmed in our kitchen, and it has very yellow lighting. So anyway, I just woke up and I figured today I would do a what I ate in a day / my day with gestational diabetes. So it is currently 8:15. Avery's with my mom this week, or for a couple days. I'm going there tonight. So we took advantage of the fact that we didn't have a toddler waking us up at 7:15 or 7:30, and we slept in. The first thing I do in the morning is I grab my glucose meter and I take my blood sugar. I am on insulin at night. I take insulin right before I go to bed. And I didn't say this, I'm 20 weeks pregnant. So at first I was really scared to have to check my blood sugar. I was like, ow, it's gonna hurt, like pricking my finger. But truthfully, it didn't hurt that bad. And also I've kind of built up a callus, especially on like my pointer finger. I only use my left hand, don't ask me why. Okay, so 88, that's actually really good. Your goal in the morning is to be below 95. When I first started checking my blood sugar at about 14 weeks, I was never below 95 in the morning. I was always like 96, 98, 99. So 88 is really good. I'll mark that down, and that means that the insulin is working overnight. And then they've told me that as my pregnancy goes on, they'll probably have to up the dosage of my insulin just because your placenta makes more like anti-insulin. So anyway, let me get rid of this. And then I'll write this down. Okay, 88. And then I start thinking about what I want for breakfast. The first thing I'm always worried about, especially in the wintertime, is coffee. But I'm also thinking maybe for breakfast I want to do eggs and cheese and then put them in a tortilla. Typically the eggs, because of the protein, can offset a lot of any sugar or carb that might be in the tortilla. And then the cheese is also just helps with the flavor, but it's considered a fat, I believe. I can't remember. When you are diagnosed, well, when I was diagnosed with gestational diabetes, they gave me this nice purple folder, and it kind of tells you like what you should eat in a day to help. Where did it go? Hold on, here it is. So they give you this kind of thing, and it tells you like what to eat in a day to keep your sugars low. So they consider cheese, and then they also give you this, which is like, this will tell you need to eat one starch, one starch, one fat, one milk, and one protein. Then you can look at this and it will tell you what all those things are. So like what starches are, what milks are, what fats are. Cheese is under protein. So this morning I'll be having one starch. I will use my one milk for my coffee. Fat will be the butter that I put in the pan, or the olive oil that I put in the pan with the eggs. And then the protein will be the eggs and the cheese. You can pretty much have as much protein as you want, because protein's always going to bring down your blood sugar. So I'm going to make some eggs while I call Avery and figure out what they're up to this morning. Let's see what my mom texted me. Let's see what she said. I'm a little worried. Okay. I was a little worried because we're potty training this week, and when she went to my mom's house, she suddenly forgot how to use the potty. So anyway. I have a tortilla with egg and cheese, and then the milk, because you're supposed to use one milk, I actually put a little bit of milk in when I was making the scrambled eggs. So I'll eat this and have some coffee, and then 2 hours from now, so at, what time is it, Robbie? Oh, there's one right there. 8:32. So at 10:32, I will check my blood sugar and see what it's doing. So I'll see you then. Okay, so it is about 10:30, and I'm actually in the parking lot of my doctor's office because I have a doctor's appointment this morning. I don't know if I said that, but I have a doctor's appointment this morning, and I just realized, thank goodness I have 2 glucose monitors. Jeez, because I can't tell you how many times I forget my glucose monitor, like on the island or at work. So luckily I have 2 of them. Anyway, so honestly, I prefer this meter, but I do not prefer this finger pricker. Anyway, okay. So since I'm in the car, I'm going to do a little bit of hand sanitizer. And then let that dry. So the goal here is to be under 120. If you have just been diagnosed with gestational diabetes, they told me when I was diagnosed that it's very different for like regular type 2 diabetics, which I do have type 2 diabetes, but obviously now they're watching it using pregnancy standards. So gestational diabetes, it's very different. Where we want to be under 120, a type 2 diabetic, their numbers may be like under 180, and that's okay. I'm not expecting this to be high because I did eat a very like protein filled breakfast. However, as I'm getting, yeah, okay, so it's not high at all. It's 109. So it's definitely not like outside of the limits of what it's supposed to be. However, I have noticed just in the last couple, maybe week or so, that my numbers throughout the day are getting higher, which I've been told is normal. So I have, today my appointment is with my regular OB. Not tomorrow, next week my appointment is with the high risk doctor that sees and takes care of, like, handles all of my gestational diabetes stuff. So it's kind of funny because I'll have like one week is an appointment with the OB, the regular OB, and the next week is the appointment with the high risk doctor. And as I get closer and closer to delivery, it will start to be like one every other, and then they're both on the same week every single week. So 109 is not bad at all. I'm a little early for my appointment, and our office is a little slow. Not a bad thing. And the reason that they're slow is because they take their time with each patient. Like, you know those TikToks or videos that you see where they're like, hi, how you doing? Oh, baby looks good. Okay, I'm gonna see you later, bye. And they like leave. That's not this office. Like, my doctor will sit down and answer any questions that I have. So I'm totally fine to sit in the waiting room and wait. But while I do that, because technically it's been 2 hours, I need to have a snack, and I am getting hungry. I'm gonna have just a protein shake. This is the brand that I like. I like the Slim Fast brand for no other reason except for the fact that it tastes good. Like, it tastes good. It usually brings my numbers way down because it's mostly protein. There is 7 carbs in this drink, but there are 20 grams of protein. So after this, I have to go run some errands. I went and found my dress for Christmas Eve because our family is reading and lighting the Advent candle with my best friend's family on Christmas Eve, which is in a couple days, and I have not found an outfit for any of us. So I found my dress, and I have to go find Robbie and Avery's outfits, and then after that I'm going to pick up lunch for Robbie and I want to give y'all options of things that you can eat that won't, like, well, in the past have not spiked my blood sugar. That's not just like eating protein and, you know, veggies at home. So I'll definitely probably have that for dinner because I'm already thinking about dinner and what sounds good. But for lunch, I think I'm going to go to McAllister's because there's a sandwich there that literally I dream about. It is so delicious. And you can get a pretty good sized portion for lunch, and it will keep my blood sugar pretty low. And Robbie likes it too. So anyway, I'm going to go into my appointment. If there's anything that's interesting, I will update you on it. But if not, I will see you at McAllister's for lunch. Oh my gosh. Okay, so like I thought, it's now noon. I got here about 10:30. I did get ultrasound pictures only because she put the Doppler on my belly and she couldn't find the heartbeat. And she's like, I'm not worried. I said, don't worry, I'm not worried either, because I could feel movement early this morning. So anyway, she took me into a room, and sure enough, she put the Doppler on, and or the probe or whatever it is, and there the baby was. So I got pictures. That's the heartbeat. Heartbeat's 137, and then this is, she's showing me like the little leg. So pretty cool. I'll have to text. I always text my family and tell them what the heart rate is, and my dad is always like, that's a girl, that's a boy, depending on what it is. But he would love for it to be a boy for a sentimental reason that will come later on. But I think it's a boy. I said this in my last video. I'm pretty sure it's a boy. It just is so different. If this baby is a girl, my jaw will hit the floor. Like, I'll be shocked. But I would love it either way. I love both of the names we have picked out for the baby. Okay, now I will see you at McAllister's. Here I am again in our very yellow kitchen. Okay, so I went to McAllister's for lunch, and I got a thing of fruit. Hold on, let me see if I can set you up on something. Okay, so I got a thing of fruit because one of the things that my diabetes educator told me when I first met with her about gestational diabetes and checking sugars and things is that you should not have fruit in the morning if you are diabetic because it spikes your sugar really early on in the day. Later on in the day, you're welcome to have it, but so I try not to, with the exception of sometimes I have yogurt, which does have fruit in it, in the morning. So I got a cup of fruit. I may add some fruit to this. I have some chopped up pineapple in the fridge and oranges, and I love oranges. And then for the sandwich, I try and go with protein. And I usually, maybe not now because it took me a lot longer to do all the errands that I was doing, so I'm super hungry. So I may eat the whole thing, but usually I only eat like half of it. Comes with a pickle. But I get the ham and cheese melt, so it's got ham and cheese, obviously, and it's got a little bit of low-fat mayo and some spicy Dijon mustard, and then I add spring mix to it, and I also add avocado to it, just as an extra fat, because you do need a fat at lunch. It's super delicious. It comes on a ciabatta roll. Very good. And like I said, I may eat the whole thing. Maybe not. We'll see. I may have like more fruit or something with it, because if I eat the whole thing, it may put me over the 120. It just depends on if I'm going to eat and then be doing chores and things, or if I'm going to eat and lay down and take a little nap. Who knows? So this is what I'm going to have for lunch. And then I'll come back to you. It's now 1:50, so I'll come back to you at 3:50. Are you taking a selfie, Robbie? He looks like he's taking a selfie. Anyway, I'll come back to you at 3:50 and we'll check my sugar and probably have a little snack or something. But I have to have an early dinner tonight because we have handbell rehearsal for church. Anyway. Oh, and then for a drink, I've had water and protein shakes all morning, so I got me a Diet Coke. I would love it if Diet Coke, like I said in the last video, would flow through my veins with this pregnancy. Love Diet Coke, so I'll have that to drink. Okay, so it's been 2 hours, and I was doing a whole lot of, like, housework, just up and down and around, folding clothes, putting clothes away, doing laundry, starting to pack so I can go to my mom's house tonight. So I did not get a nap, although I could really use one. I did end up eating that entire sandwich because I was actually really hungry. So I truthfully have no idea what my blood sugar is going to say right now because I ate that whole sandwich, but I was up and moving like crazy, so we'll see. Survey says 114. So I did eat the whole sandwich. It did not put me over. So that's good. All right, I'm gonna lay down for a little bit, probably for about an hour or so. And then I need to get up and make dinner before we have to go play handbells tonight. So I've already pulled out some bratwurst for dinner because my latest obsession, and I talked about this in my 20-week update video, is bratwurst and green beans, which I don't know if I have any green beans, I'll have to look, but smothered in mustard. And that usually never spikes my blood sugar because it's veggies and lots of protein. So I have pulled out the bratwurst. Hopefully they thaw in the next hour. And then I just throw them in the air fryer, and I'll show you how I do that too. But I am gonna lay down. Okay, let me be really honest with you. I woke up from my nap and I cooked the bratwurst and we had a can of green beans. But from the time I woke up, my stomach was just not feeling great. I was supposed to drive down to my parents' house after handbell practice. Robbie and I are part of the handbell choir at church. Nerdy as it sounds, we love it. Because our best friends, the couple that we've been hanging out a lot with, they're also in it. We just have the best time. Anyway, but I woke up and I didn't feel so good. I was like, well, I need to eat because I'm going to have to drive down to Victoria afterwards. But I came to the conclusion that it would not be a good idea if I ate because I just was not feeling great. I figured I'll just either eat the sausage when I come home or I'll grab something on the way home to Victoria. But the sausage, unfortunately, I've been addicted to it the past couple weeks, and I think I've just kind of
Burned yourself out?
Burned myself out because the smell of it made me want to throw up. So we went to handbell practice. We were there really late. We had a late practice. It's now 8:45. And my mom was like, just come in the morning. It's too dark for you to be driving on the back roads to the house. So we stopped and got Chick-fil-A. And I'm going to show you what I got. Okay, so the first thing I got, because I've been drinking a ton of water today, Diet Coke. But for my actual meal, because my stomach is not feeling great, I didn't think it would be a good idea for me to eat the actual spicy filet that comes with the spicy Southwest salad. Hold on. Ugh. Normally, I get the spicy Southwest salad with the spicy filet, and it's fine. I just got the salad with nuggets instead. Should be totally fine. I take the tomatoes out of it. I don't ask them to put corn and beans. I'd rather just have, like, the chicken, the lettuce, and the tortilla strips. And then I love the avocado lime ranch. So I use about half to 3/4 of that. And then because I'm allowed to have several, I think it's 3 starches at dinner time, I always get like a small or a medium fry on the side. And that usually doesn't spike, my blood sugar won't be like in the 80s, but it doesn't spike me to over 120. So, and it sounded really good now that I'm finally hungry. So I'm going to eat this, and then I will come back and let you know at 10:45 what my blood sugar is as I'm taking my insulin. But anyway, plans change. Okay, last clip of the evening. I'm going to take my blood sugar. It's been 2 hours since we ate. This is normally way later than I eat, so I'm taking my blood sugar way later than normal. But normally, I would have a snack before I would have my insulin. But I am not hungry because we ate so late. But I'll tell you what I do want. We have those Crystal Light packets. And the raspberry lemonade one sounds super good right now. So it's over there, but it has a little bit of, I think it has like 5 carbs or 5 calories or something. So I didn't want to mess up what like my dinner was going to show. So I figured I would wait till after I took my blood sugar to do this, to have some of that. But let's see. 101. Perfect. So that is a good blood sugar. I'm going to take my insulin, drink my Crystal Light water, go to bed. I have to get up early tomorrow morning to drive to Victoria. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like this, let me know. Like I said, or maybe I didn't say in my last video, when I was diagnosed with gestational diabetes, I scoured the internet for like what I eat in a day, gestational diabetes style, and I didn't really find a lot. So if this can be a resource for somebody else, I am totally all about it. So until next time, I love you all and God bless ya.